Welcome to another episode of JustOneFern. We got a semi-short episode for you today. We don't have a lot of news to talk about. That's kind of why, but I'm just going to jump right into things. No dilly-dallying, right? I'm just going to get right into it.
Absolutely.
Today, I got a knock on the door of my apartment. Now, I've only ever gotten knocks on the door of my apartment like 3 times. One of them is for when they need to come fix something in my apartment. The other was when they do like random apartment checks sometimes, which is strange, but just to make sure everything is up to code. But this time, it was, and this is so funny because it's so cliche, but I was so dumb for not actually just like looking through the peephole before opening the door. But it was these 2 people that were here from the church.
Hello.
You have a few minutes to talk about our Lord and Savior. And it was basically what happened but it was so strange because I was expecting, like I opened the door and the first thought in my head was, oh no. I'm surprised I didn't audibly say it. Just, oh God, it's gonna happen. But they were like, hi, we're here with the blah, 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 blah church. And I was like, son of a bitch. And they said, are you just pouring water?
Yes, sir.
Staying hydrated. I like that. But into your amazing mug, by the way, go buy merch. Everyone, go buy merch.
I love this mug. I purposely use it whenever we do the podcast, but I also genuinely like it.
It's a great mug, all great merch. So go check it out. Go buy a shirt, go buy a mug, do whatever you want to do. It'd be awesome. It helps us out. Back to the story. These people, they said the weirdest thing that I've never, it's not weird, I guess, but they're like, we want to know how we can help pray with you today.
With you?
With pray
what?
with me. They said, how can they help me pray with me? It's like, that doesn't make sense.
Help you pray with yourself. Okay. Yeah, I'm in.
And
I'm in. Where'd you go from there?
Well, because they're like, is anything like happening in your life that you feel like you don't know how to pray about or something? And I was like, nope. It's like, no. And I felt so bad because I feel so bad sometimes for these people, which is why I shouldn't have answered the door, because I know myself and I knew I was going to actually have a conversation with them.
Waste their time.
And I really should have gone. It was just because it was such a stressful stressful day at work. Jesus Christ.
Don't say that in front of them.
It's just what they wanted to hear.
Yeah.
But it was just such a crazy day that when it happened, I was so done. I was just like, guys, no, like, I'm sorry, I can't do this. But if it was any other day, I would have just been like, let's mess with them a little bit. Let's see what I can get out of them.
You did a good job too, I'm sure.
But I ended up just saying, no, like, I'm sorry. And then they were like, can we share something with you? And I was like,
oh, okay.
Of course, I'm curious. And I'm an idiot because I said, yeah, sure. and they were like, oh, can we come in? And I was like, no, you're not coming in. I was like, you're not coming into my apartment. No. And they were like, okay. And then they didn't tell me what they had to share, which is a brilliant tactic, by the way, because I almost said, well, now I'm even more intrigued and I want to know. And I was one step closer to letting them in my apartment and I didn't do it.
They were going to be like, Aaron, you got to sit down for this. All
yeah,
right.
That was basically, I feel like they were going to kill me, maybe, or they were actually going to pray with me and I'm going to close my eyes to pray and they're going to steal shit. That's exactly what I said. And like,
how many were there? Just 2?
There was just 2. And they actually seemed like decently nice people because because I wasn't mean to them, you know, like I feel like some people probably like slam the door in their face or like, you know, just get away, whatever. I was just like, no, like I'm good. And, you know, I appreciate you guys knocking, you know, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You know, I bet they are like really nice people. Cause like,
I mean, they're doing a thankless job. Nobody wants them around. I'm sorry. Nobody does. Like if you want to go to church, you go to church.
Yeah. But in their heads, they're going around trying to save people's afterlife.
Yeah.
They're trying to save you.
Yeah.
Aaron. They're trying to make you happy. That's what they think is, and you're just annoyed, but
I'm just, and I was just annoyed. And that's why I feel so bad. Cause I'm like, they're just trying to do a job that they might not even want to be doing. Like these people are with like, they said they're with a group, like a coalition that came here. I'm like, you guys must fucking hate this. Like why you're going around to people that hate you and saying like, how can we help pray with you? Which is such like, I feel like it's such a genuinely nice thing for them to ask me, like, what's going on in your life that we can help you, like, pray with you or whatever. But I'm like, nothing. Like, I have to go back to work. Like, I can't do this right now. But yeah, I was nice. I like asked them, oh, like, what church are you here with? And they told me, and they were like, oh, well, we appreciate you actually like talking to us and whatever. And I was like, yeah, of course,
cool.
no problem.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, see you guys. And so just a weird situation because like I immediately opened the door. Just, God damn it. I knew this was going to be it. But I thought that being in an apartment complex would save me from that. Not true.
It might make their job easier.
Yeah, they just
go from
boom,
door
boom,
to
boom,
door.
boom, boom. And it's funny because the minute I closed the door, I thought to myself, I know some of my neighbors here are not going to be pleased to get a greeting from you. So good luck. Good luck to them. I wonder if they made it out of here. Honestly,
Godspeed.
They might. Yes, Godspeed. They might still be going around right now. But you had a pretty big week.
The year of our Lord.
Yes, you had a pretty big week with your band.
Yes. Yep.
Hit me with it. What happened?
So 2 things. We had our second gig.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. That was really cool. We went to, it's called Old Ridge Studio.
Mm-hmm.
It's in like the south tier of New York State.
Old Ridge sounds like it's either on a pier or it's in the side of a big tree. No in between. It's one of the two.
Aaron, that's exactly what I expected.
Okay.
What I didn't expect, it was when we showed up, there is this small hut on the edge of somebody's property.
Okay, kind of the same.
Looked really run down, like totally nonchalant. Like they probably use this to like store their like lawnmower and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we walk inside, and it's a full-fledged studio, like
wow.
carpeted. The walls are covered with guitars. Like there's a beautiful drum set in the middle, and like a workstation in the back.
Yeah,
and it's awesome. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And we're talking to him.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
don't
so
judge
why
a book
is
by
it
its cover?
Right, exactly. Probably helps not get stuff stolen too, I'm sure.
Yeah,
because you can't really see inside. And it's just it's his parents' house. I can't blame him. Apparently, he was like 13, and his parents' gift for him was this little shitty shack, and he turned it into this beautiful, gorgeous studio.
Wow.
So I was expecting it was a roller coaster of oh no to wow.
Yeah.
To
yeah.
Okay, it is your parents' place, but this is still fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, okay, you're a little strange, but it's okay.
A little old for this, but you know what? I can't compare. I mean, I can't compare. I can't like
you can't complain.
Complain, like I am living with my parents and I do music here. So
well, I mean, here's the thing. I would have had a conniption if I had shown up and seen a shack. I would have lost my mind. You know me. I would have freaked the fuck out. I would have been like, nope, we're turning the car around. I wouldn't have even given it a chance. I am the epitome of judge a book by its cover. Like I will see a book and say that book probably sucks. So I would have seen that and not gone in. But I've kind of changed my tune on that a little bit because if you remember when I got my couch, I got it from this like literal hole in the wall store that was amazing inside. So I guess when you're poor enough, you just do whatever. It doesn't matter. You have no standards.
No, dude, you could go. I see couches and stuff on the side of the street all the time, and I'm like, if I could get somebody to drive this, I bet it'd be pretty comfy. Yeah, and I wouldn't have to pay a dime.
That's true.
But back to the book on the don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, isn't that the point of book covers? Right.
I agree. Yes, that is the point.
I think it's a flawed maxim. Do they call them maxims?
I guess so. It must be
idiom.
I feel like someone who's super religious made that because the Bible has no cover. It just says Holy Bible. It's like, don't judge it by its shitty cover. There's a lot of good stuff in here. It's definitely created by the Catholic
I know.
Church.
I swear. Please read it. Please. I know it looks shitty. Please. I swear to God, it's gorgeous on the inside.
Yeah. But yeah, it's weird. Like when you look at a book, you're supposed to say to yourself, oh, that book looks awesome. I should read that book. Like,
yeah, right.
That's why you have a trailer. That's the trailer for the book.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Right? Like they wouldn't make book covers if they weren't made for you to judge them.
Yeah,
If
and
they didn't mean for you to judge them.
you know what proves our point right here is that every single book that has been turned into a movie, they reprint the book cover with the
Yes.
movie on it.
Every time.
Every single time. So, yeah, I mean, come on. It's supposed to be judge a book by its cover.
It's supposed to be judge a book by its cover. But you know what? I'm glad I didn't because it was really cool. And we played a pretty good set.
Nice.
My
That's
voice
good.
was a little tired because we practiced like for hours the night before.
Yeah.
Classic amateur mistake with voice. My singing coach was really mad at me. She's like, "Don't do it," and I did it.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Bro," but she didn't say this, but she's like, "Bro, like what the fuck? Like I told you like to fucking not do that."
That's
She's
exactly
Canadian
how your
and
voice
like
teacher
and like a older woman.
Bro,
but,
why'd you do that? What the fuck?
Like what? Like dude, cringe. Like what the hell? You probably sound like shit, bro. Yeah,
you probably sound like shit, bro. Oh man.
But it was fun. Really cool place. The guy was awesome. His name was Ben. And he's scheduling stuff. So if you are in that area, if you're in like the lower tier of New York State or upper tier of Pennsylvania, I guess, check it out. They got some cool stuff and they book a lot of people.
Definitely check it out. But your band also hit a huge milestone this week.
Yes, we did. We hit 100,000 streams on our song 1970 on Spotify.
That's insane. It's crazy.
Isn't that sick?
Like,
Isn't that
it's
awesome?
honestly mind-blowing to me. Like, the more I think about it, it's crazy that you have 100,000 streams.
It sounds fake is my biggest problem with it.
It does.
My
sound
only
fake.
problem with it is it's like, but you guys have 100. Like, what did you do? How did you cheese?
You
this?
marketed the
That's
song.
the thing. We just marketed it well.
Yeah.
Huge shout outs.
Crazy.
Sean helped a lot with that.
Sean's very good at that. Yeah.
He did a really good job. And dude, it's awesome. And
it's amazing.
As soon as it hit 100K, it popped back on Discover Weekly, which is sick.
Really?
So I think hopefully we get some more.
Maybe that's how that
streams.
works a little bit. Like you reach a milestone like that, and they're like, okay, this is good. We should push it more. And then
I'm thinking there must be something in the system that's like, maybe this is catching on.
Yeah.
Because dude, we only like I told you earlier, we only marketed it for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And it's a half a year later, and it's still doing just as well, which is really sick.
That's so cool. I mean, yeah, congratulations to you guys. If you haven't heard it yet, to anyone listening, I'm assuming you have, but go listen to it. All streaming platforms.
Maxima.
Yes, 1970 is the song, and
Yes.
it's an amazing song. It comes up all the time because I have it on my playlist. It comes up all the time. I jam out to it. But definitely check it out. You know, while we've been talking a little bit about religion, I'm just remembering this now. So my cousin just moved here, and my cousin is a pretty religious person, and I went to church with them this week.
Really?
And I'm not a church person, so I was very skeptical. But I was like, you know what? He just moved here. I wanted to meet his girlfriend that also lived here, and I didn't meet them over the weekend. I had seen him earlier in the weekend, and he was like, hey, you want to come to church with me? And I was like, yes. I said yes, but in my mind, I was like, I don't know. And
do I have to?
I did it. I went. It was pretty early on Sunday. I was exhausted. But let me tell you something, Lucas. I have never been more shocked in my life, my entire life, because first of all, it was called the Church of the City. I think that's what it's called, Church of the City, and it's smack dab in the middle of Nashville downtown. And I was like, okay, this is strange. And it's literally like a concert hall. So there's a giant stage, huge speakers. It's like where you would have a rave. Like, it's crazy. And like, I walk in, there's a bar and a coffee shop right there. Like, people are handing out free coffee and shit. You get your communion wine in a like a wafer and a little like hourglass. So the wine in one half and the wafer in the other, and you hold it the whole time. And you walk in,
sick.
And the entire service is a full band, drums, bass, electric guitar, rhythm guitar.
No.
And yeah, it's crazy. So that happens. And then they're singing a bunch of hymns. People are going nuts. Like, it's like a concert. They're like holding their hands up and singing along. Like, they know the song. I'm like, I've never heard these hymns in my life. Like, these aren't the hymns I grew up singing. The hymns I grew up singing are shit. They're terrible. And these are just like rock songs, but singing about Jesus. And then a guy comes out. This guy comes out and does a sermon, This guy is Australian.
No.
An Australian gave the sermon.
What?
An Australian priest
Nashville.
in Nashville.
In Nashville, Tennessee,
This is
US of A.
This is the second Australian that I've seen in Nashville, and I've also met 2 people from Ireland. So it's a thing. Like 2 Irish people singing country. 2 Irish people here to be country stars.
Well,
Crazy,
that's weird.
but awesome. Hopefully, I'm trying to get one of them to interview with us because she's
That'd
really
be sick.
cool. But it was so strange because that was the whole thing. It was rock out with the band, and then sermon, and then rock out with the band for like 2 more songs. Done.
Sounds like a good time.
It was not bad. I was
Yeah.
like, if church was like this my entire time growing up, I would have had a blast.
Yeah. Are you gonna go back?
I think so. I think I might. I don't. If it's at there is a later service, and I said if you guys go to the later one, let me know. I'll go to that. But I'm not getting up for.
Yeah.
the-
What was it, like 8 a.m.?
It was an
9
8 a.m. service, and I was like, fuck that. Nope.
No way.
Not again. Never again.
Like obviously they want people to come there, otherwise they
Mhm.
wouldn't be doing Christian rock and
Yes.
and all the other cool stuff.
It's
that
such
they're
a
doing
hip
there.
name too. It's like it's Church of the City. That's kind of
That's
cool.
cool.
That's kind of
That's
a cool
kinda
name.
cool.
It was nice because I was thinking of like, oh, it's St. Peter's Church, or like it's
Yeah.
Saint whatever
Saint
church.
James, Saint
Yeah.
Luke.
Yeah, Saint
Saint-
Luke Skywalker.
Dude, that's my favorite church.
That's
Actually,
the best
My
church.
fav-
The
May
Jedi
the force
Church,
be with you. May
the
the force
Jedi
be with
Temple.
you. May the force be with you.
Pretty damn cool. So,
Except, except R.I.P. the younglings.
yeah, not good. But
But yeah,
I think
they
I'm
should
gonna
make
go
it
back.
later in the day.
I think I'm gonna go back because it's not bad, and I'm not really a religious person, so it's kind of perfect for me. Like I get to see my cousin,
Mm.
and then it's literally
little moral
45
lesson.
minutes out of my life of a Sunday morning that I wouldn't be doing anything else. So
Yeah. Might as well.
it doesn't matter.
Dude, I remember I'd have a little bit of a progressive church when I was coming up. And I only
Yeah.
went to like, I don't know, like middle school.
Yeah.
And I remember it wasn't nearly that cool. Not at
Mhm.
all. But I remember like once or twice when I was a little older, I had actually paid attention to what they were saying.
Mhm.
And they'd read a story and then he'd break it down. What does this mean?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you know what? It's kind of interesting. Like
Yeah.
they just give a lesson. They're like,
Mhm.
this is how you should act towards other people.
Mhm.
And normally it's just a nice thing to do.
Yeah, and I really like that. I've had my fair share of bad priests too growing up. Like just priests that I'm like, you're an idiot. But my last priest that I had was really good, and this priest.
So wait, your problem with priests is just that they're dumb, right? Nothing happened to you. You're okay.
Nothing happened to me.
You're not-
Yes.
no trauma.
Well, here's the thing: is my priests up until the most recent one were all female.
Don't judge, Aaron.
I'm
it
not
could
judging,
be anybody.
but like
It could be anybody. Could do anything.
It could be. You're right.
But that
But, like,
actually decreases the chances.
Yes,
of-
for sure. And I was.
That's crazy.
I just hated church because like we were forced to go. That's the only reason I hated it is because we were forced to go. And
Mhm.
so if I'm forced to do anything, you're not gonna like it. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go back. I think it was nice. They give a lesson, and you
Cool.
can always say, "Fuck that lesson." It's
Yeah.
and you don't have to give a shit about it. So, but kind of moving on. Do you have anything else from your week? Are you ready to hit the next thing?
Not really. I had took a day off on Monday.
Mm,
And I
Lucas's day
slept
off.
through my whole work day, even up until when I got home. I just
Um,
woke up, my whole day was over, and I'm like, all right.
Lucas, I'm not shocked. I'm not gonna lie.
So I slept from 11 to 3 o'clock p.m.
I like that a
11
lot.
p.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. And it was great. You
Mhm.
know, I needed it.
I think, personally, that every week, I wish there were 8 days so that one day, nothing was open, nobody did anything, and you just got to sleep the entire day. So like a reset for every week. It'd be awesome.
Dude, that's what Sunday's supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
And then the Beatles happened and religion went down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
So closed on Sundays.
Close.
Go get him, Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye's like a preacher now. What the fuck? When did that happen?
I don't
Idiot.
know, but it's his. If you've seen, I don't know if you've seen his his sermon things.
I have.
They're really cool. They
they're-
seem kind of.
They're incredibly well produced, like the stage and everything that he's doing.
The
Awesome.
music is really good. That's what
Music,
I should
crazy.
specify.
And then everything else he does in his, like, I watched some of his sermon. I was like, I gotta turn this
insane.
off. This is great. I mean, you're an insane person.
You're-
He
you're
thinks
gonna
he's a god. Like, it's crazy. He thinks it's like God, him, Jesus. Like, that's what he thinks. It's crazy.
He's the second son of. He's a
Yeah.
second son of God.
So I only have one thing for news, and that
Sure.
is Nicolas Cage has a new movie coming out.
Ooh.
And listen to the plot of this movie. Nicolas Cage has a pet pig that is kidnapped, and he must find the pig. And the movie is called Pig.
Is this?
And it's
is
an
this
action thriller,
not a comedy.
not a comedy. And it's him and Alex Wolff from the Naked Brothers band.
Who plays the pig?
He is the pig. Which, by the way, the Wolf brothers are in so many movies. Like, they're actually like big actors now.
They do a lot. Dude, one of them was in Hereditary.
Yeah, and that same guy, that same one, he's in the new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks fucking creepy. But he's like one of the main characters. It's called Old. It's like
Old.
time goes super fast and like speeds up, and they're getting super old really fast. It
That
looks
sounds
interesting.
really cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool. M. Night Shyamalan
Wonder what-
is just really good, but
He most of the time.
But
Most of the time he's really good. He
Yeah.
fucked up the Avatar movie. Avatar:
he
The Last
really did.
Airbender.
He really did. It was so bad. It was so
just terrible.
It was the worst.
I don't think he even watched the show. He changed the names.
There's
and
no way he watched the show.
he's like, I could do something with this. And they spent a lot of money on it, by the
Yeah.
way. They lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's just
If you
that's a
make
personal
shitty
gripe
money,
I have.
If you make a shitty movie, then you're not going to make money off it. So,
Mm.
But I just want to get your thoughts. Do you think that he'll find the pig? Because I have an idea of what the M. Night Shyamalan twist is going to be.
Okay, I'll do my thing, and then I'm going to ask you what your twist is.
Okay.
I think that he will find the pig, but he will find clues along the way
Mm-hmm.
to find the pig. Like someone, like let's say the guy from Saw has set up an elaborate puzzle for him to find this pig,
Mm-hmm.
and along the way, there's going to be a lot of moments in the film where
Yeah.
Nick Cage is eating bacon,
Yeah.
maybe he's having a ham,
Mm-hmm.
and they just didn't think about that.
We're on the same wavelength.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Okay, so is your twist that he gets fed the pig at the
Yeah.
end of the movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's genius.
Like, he gets fed the pig. Like, well, here's why it would be a twist is I think Alex Wolff is playing his son or something,
Okay.
and I feel like the son is mad that the dad loves the pig so much more than him, and
Yeah.
the
Classic.
but the big twist would be Alex Wolff character, the son, hires someone to steal the pig. He goes on a big goose chase to find the pig, but the son actually has it, kills it. The dad finds the pig, brings it home. Then the son kills it and feeds it to him, or something like that. Like where he goes on a goose chase, but the son has the pig and then feeds it to him, and then is like, "This is the pig, Dad."
You found him.
And then
You found him
and then the dad kills the son.
and eats the son.
Or they have a giant battle and then they both die because they fall off a cliff because their house is somehow on a cliff.
Yes. Yes. And then the real pig comes and picks Nick Cage and saves him.
Mm-hmm. Yes. The pig flies down. Spider pig.
Yeah.
Flies down. And
Spider Pig does whatever Spider
picks
Pig
him up,
does.
yeah.
Yes.
this is perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Yeah,
we aren't hired to write movies.
We should be.
Like,
What
this is
studio's making
ridiculous.
this? Warner?
I think it's a Paramount picture.
Paramount. Hey, Paramount, we're here.
We're
We're
ready.
ready.
We are ready.
Let's just scrap what we got. I think it'd probably be
Yeah.
quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
we'll
get rid of
start.
it.
We'll start from scratch.
Let me double check what the who's making it because it's upsetting that we haven't been hired yet.
I think that the last shot of the movie
Mm-hmm.
should be no, so what happens is Nat Wolff doesn't tell Nick Cage. Nick Cage goes insane. And then the last
Yes.
shot is Nat Wolff on the toilet. He stands up, looks at the shit he just shat, and goes, "Found you," and flushes the toilet.
Oh.
And the camera does
That'd
a
be really
wow,
good.
wow, wow, wow,
Yeah.
spins out.
That'd be
But
awesome.
but it's actually Nat Wolff's shit. Like they don't fake that.
Yeah, it's actually his poop in it. That's perfect. And we could provide the poop because we're the #1 poop podcast.
And he could be wiping with Charmin.
Charmin.
Just
That's
heads
the
up,
5th
Charmin.
time we've said Charmin on this podcast, and I swear to God, if they do not answer my email, I'm going to be so mad. But I'm not sure who it is, but everyone's actually posting about it. Like it's 12th trending on Twitter. Like
Really?
like Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, come on.
He posted about it, and he's like, I was working, and then I saw this, and I had to stop and watch the trailer, and now I'm super excited. And like a bunch of film podcasts are posting about it.
Okay.
So it might be good.
All right.
It might, and granted, that's the only information that I see. I haven't actually watched the trailer. It just says Nick Cage's pig is stolen, and he has to go get it. So,
Maybe it's
but
like
it's
a sleeper
thriller.
movie.
It's like
it's
an
gonna be
action
really good.
Thriller. It might be really, really good. I'm gonna watch it later, like the trailer. But who knows? You never know.
All right, I'm in. I'll go to the
I'm
theater.
in. Yeah, Nicolas Cage, we're here for you. So that brings us to our game. We are going to be playing. So I actually thought of this. Like this isn't something that I found somewhere.
Really?
I
I
actually
thought this was a thing.
No, I thought of this, which is mind blowing. I'm gonna copyright it. I'm gonna patent it. It's our thing. So, granted, I don't know how we do it a different way. Excuse me. This is kind of just the way it's gonna be.
I actually have ideas for that.
Oh, perfect. So this might become a thing.
So I'm gonna do one of my ideas for like an alternate version.
Okay, cool. So the game that we're playing today is Build a Boy Band. Now, Lucas and I have both compiled a list of people, musicians from all of time. So it's open to anyone, any musician that is a male to be in a boy band. Now, we're going to do it kind of like a draft. So like one of us will say theirs and then I'll say my first guy because like I said, I texted Lucas earlier and I said, we have to have like 7 ready because we can't pick the same guy. So we'll see who creates the better boy band.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited to see what you picked. Like I'm very excited to see what you picked. So how do you want to figure out who's going to go first?
How about we do I'll do eeny meeny miny mo and I'll pick myself because it's not chance.
That's
not
perfect.
Chance.
You want to do rock paper scissors?
Yeah. Oh, we could do this over. I never thought about it. We could do rock papers. Yeah. Ready?
Just one. Ready?
But it's on on shoot.
Rock paper scissors shoot.
Shoot.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Right. Yeah.
Rock paper scissors. Dude,
right.
I don't.
Okay, you
I don't
follow
think it
me.
can be
You
synced
follow
up.
me. Ready? Here we go.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Rock paper scissors shoot. Oh, okay. Ready?
Is it shoe or shoot?
I said shoot.
Okay. I used to say shoe when I was a kid.
I used to say shoe as well, but I think it's shoot. All right, again.
Shoot
Ready? Here
makes
we go.
more sense.
Rock paper scissors shoot. All right, we suck at this. Ready? We both did paper. One more time. Ready? Rock paper scissors shoot. Okay, you get to go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
So what is your first pick, like top pick of all time? Who is the first person you're taking? If you are, what was his name? Simon Cowell, and you're putting together a boy band, who's your #1 go-to?
I have to go with my favorite songwriter of all time, Paul McCartney.
All right. I knew you were going to pick Paul. I knew he was going to be in there. I didn't know if he was going to be #1 or not.
Well, I just can't afford to lose him. He's my quarterback.
Understandable. He's your quarterback. That's a good analogy. He's the one who's going to carry your team.
And he doesn't have to, but he might, He's definitely the most reliable, I think, out of my picks.
Is there a time that you would want in Paul's life of his age? Where would you want him? Like, when would you? What time period?
I would say late Beatles.
Okay,
Like
Let It Be era. Yeah.
a little before that. So like maybe
Okay.
White Album. White
Okay.
Album or Magical Mystery Tour to
Mhm.
let's say it's Sgt. Pepper to Abbey Road.
Okay.
If you know, for
Mhm.
those at home, if you know the Beatles discography, it's pretty much just the second half.
Okay, that's a good choice. All right, my number one, and it'll come as a surprise to no one, is Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. Yep, I knew it.
I was scared that you were going to go first and purposefully take him so that I couldn't have him, and I would have been furious. So I'm glad that didn't happen.
I thought about it, but then I'm like, I don't want Justin.
That's hurtful.
I
That
wouldn't-
hurts more. That might hurt more.
Well, if I was
Saying
Simon
don't
Cowell,
want
I wouldn't know how to. I know that I couldn't bring him to his full potential like you could.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, JT, why I'm picking him? Because he has the boy band experience, but he's the only person on my list that was in a boy band.
Yeah, I tried not to pick boy bands, but
Yeah.
obviously Paul McCartney was in like the first boy band or
True.
one of the first.
True. But in my opinion, JT was part of the best boy band of all time. But that's just my opinion. Lots of people disagree. Lots of people say Backstreet Boys or One Direction.
Well, I think out of the modern
Mhm.
era, I would agree with you.
Yeah, but I mean now there's BTS.
BTS,
And they're giant. So JT is my first pick. I think he would lead the team really well. He has a really good sense of kind of collaboration. So I think that he would do really well.
and a good golfer too.
Great
A lot of people
golfer.
Don't know that.
Owns part of the Memphis Grizzlies NBA team. Pretty cool.
Probably good at basketball too.
So
And
all
you
right.
need that.
That's
on a
my
boy
one.
band.
That's my number one.
That's your number one. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Stevie Wonder for my number two.
That is a great pick.
He's an all around. He could do anything that needs to be done,
That's true.
besides drive the van to
Mhm.
gigs.
And he's already worked with Paul. They already have a hit together. So
Do they?
yeah.
What do they have?
Don't they have a hit together? Am I crazy? I might be crazy, but I'm pretty sure they have a hit together.
I know him and MJ have a hit together.
I know that. No, they do. They must. I'm looking it up right now, but
They should have worked together if they haven't, because
I can't. I don't know why I
it'd be an
can't
insane
remember
team.
what it is.
Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney. Ebony and Ivory.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't heard it, so I'm gonna have to heard it.
It was a pretty big song. I think I wasn't alive, but I've heard it multiple times on the radio. So I'm assuming that it was big.
Maybe I'll listen to it and I'll recognize it.
You might. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My number two
So,
pick. Or is there
ahead.
more you want to say about Stevie?
I don't know. Did I steal him from you?
No.
Was he on your list?
I'm.
Wow.
That's why I was so surprised because I was like, how did I not think of Stevie? Like that's a great.
I'm surprised you didn't. Yeah.
Great pick. Okay. My number two pick, the King of Long Island, Billy Joel.
Ooh, I didn't think of him. That's a great one.
The reason I picked Billy Joel is because of his vocal arrangement skills.
Yeah.
He's really good at his harmonies in all of his songs. And just looking at specifically Uptown Girl, just the melody in the beginning and throughout it's amazing. All of his melodies are amazing, but like that one specifically stands out. And For the Longest Time, which is all a cappella.
Classic.
Great song. So he would do really well with kind of getting the boy band into sections and like who would sing what part. He'd be a great arranger.
Yeah, and the thing is, he doesn't need to be up front either, I don't think.
Mhm.
I feel like he's humble enough. He could just be like doing his thing.
I think
in the
so. I
background.
don't know, but
I saw an interview with him once that was like, he said, somebody asked him like, why don't you make any more music?
Mhm.
And he's like, I just feel like I've said everything I need to say. I
Which
think
is
it's kind of a
awesome.
humble thing.
that's very
You know,
humble.
that's
yeah.
cool.
Well, I remember there's that story of like he hired his like brother-in-law or something as his business manager, and he totally fucked him over. Like stole so much money from Billy Joel. Like it was crazy.
Shit.
Yeah. That was
Don't hire your brother-in-law,
so
people.
don't do that. But yeah,
You
Billy
heard it
Joel's
here
Billy
first.
Joel's my number two. I think him and JT would work really well together.
It's a great pick. And you know what? I think Billy Joel is often somehow overlooked sometimes. People
I
talk
agree.
about the greats and
I
sometimes they
agree.
forget about him.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So I think that my next pick
Mhm.
would be Bruno Mars.
Damn. You took one of mine. You took one of mine. I'm not gonna lie.
There we go.
Okay. It's a great.
Bruno Mars. I didn't we've had this conversation when I was in like middle school. I hated Bruno Mars. Like,
Really?
rock this, rock that. I don't like Catch a Grenade for You. I think it's dumb. Probably because my middle school girlfriend had listened to it a
Ooh.
lot. But since becoming an adult and like going back, and then once 24 Karat Magic came out, I was like,
Just so good.
oh my God,
So good.
he is like the perfect musician. He's an amazing writer. He plays instruments and stuff like Stevie Wonder. Like,
yeah.
He's another all rounder with an amazing voice.
And his dance moves also.
Yeah, perfect for a boy band.
Off the charts. So good.
So I think I have to put Bruno Mars in there.
I couldn't agree with you more.
And he's a good collaborator too.
I wish he was
That's
on
the
mine.
other thing.
So that's kind of sad
Yeah.
for me.
You should have picked him.
I should have picked him. Okay, my number 3 pick, and this might shock some people.
Oh,
Jason Derulo.
Really?
Yes, and here's why. Because he sucks at everything music. He is a terrible songwriter. He is a horrible arranger. He needs other people to work on the songs. So, but he has a great voice.
He does have a great voice.
He's classically trained. He has a great voice. And he can dance like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
so
he can dance.
He would be a perfect addition to JT and Billy Joel because he would be complacent and he would just say, you know what? I'm going to sing whatever you guys make. And I'm going to sing it really, really well. I can hit those super high notes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to dance the shit out that stage. So,
you know, Aaron, at first I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And now I'm like, that's a great pick because that's the thing. You can't have too many
you can't have too many
strong
alphas.
minds.
Yeah, you can't have the alphas. If you have 5 alphas, it's not going to work. Look at what happened with One Direction. That's why they all left because they were all like, I'm the best. Which we all know Harry's the
one
best.
of them was. There was one of them.
So,
but no, you're right. You're right. I didn't think about that. So I might have to pull from some of my other groups.
You might have to. That's true.
I don't have any. Never mind. I'm gonna keep going with what I got.
Okay.
Oh, dancers though. Oh, you're right. I need dancers and I need complacent minds.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Can I recruit like everybody in the Beach Boys besides Brian Wilson?
Can I just have the rest of it be the Beach Boys? You can if you want to.
No, that's cheating. It's cheating. I think I'm gonna keep going with just like some of the better minds that I'm just trying to pull great minds.
Yeah, just pulling so many minds.
I have one dancer, and you know what?
Okay,
one good dancer can do some, not enough.
One good dancer can do some. I want that written somewhere. Like,
okay, so I'm gonna go with. This is a complacent. I think he would fall in line with the rest of the guys.
Okay,
but serve a purpose musically. And however, he's a terrible pick for a boy band.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Okay.
Ed Sheeran.
That's a terrible pick. I mean, like, just an atrocious pick. Like Ed Sheeran, boy band. So why?
Think about it. Think about it. Okay, so I think he would fit any vocal arrangements, harmony, stuff like that really well. And I think that musically he would fit in. He's a great songwriter. But I think every boy band needs an underrated member, looks wise. You need your Ringos, right? You need.
You're right.
I can't think of
You
other
need
examples.
the rest
right now.
of NSYNC.
Yeah, yes. The rest of
You need all of the Backstreet Boys.
You need all of the Backstreet Boys. You need somebody that like what the one fangirl in the group is like, actually I like Ed.
Yeah.
I think I like Ed.
You need the Kevin
He's
from the Jonas Brothers.
Yes, you need a Kevin. You need a Kevin.
That's the perfect example.
And I think he fits that mold. He's the quiet one probably.
Mm-hmm.
He looks kind of average. And I think you could teach him to dance if he
But
doesn't
I mean,
know.
he's a ridiculously good musician, so like that would help.
Right.
But
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, you got 4 alphas in your squad right now.
You think Ed is an alpha?
I think he would be in that moment. But I'm almost positive that Ed has worked with every single other member on this list of yours.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I know
he's
he
a
has
good
a song with
collaborator.
Bruno. I know he has a song with Bruno. I don't know if he has a song with the other 2.
I don't think he has one with Stevie, but
there's no way he hasn't worked with Paul.
And I would be surprised if he hasn't worked with Bruno Mars.
He has.
Oh, you said that?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I actually showed you that song a while ago. It's like a rock song. Like they go hard in it.
Yeah, no, I do remember that. It's really good.
Yeah, it has an awesome riff to it that I was like, oh, geez.
Okay. So I'm gonna take that as an L. But go ahead. What's your next pick?
So, all right. My next pick, I couldn't really choose between a few of them, so I'm just gonna go with my gut.
Okay.
Freddie Mercury.
Now that's an alpha.
It's an alpha. That's why
an attack dog right there.
That's why it was tough, because I don't know if he would actually be good for the band or not. But he's just one of my favorite singers, and I think that his also vocal arrangements ridiculous. So, and his abilities to sing incredible. But having him and Jason Derulo as my tenor 1 section, yes, please. I would love that. So.
Oh, this is almost unfair because you were a musical director for an a cappella group.
Yeah.
For 2 years?
For 3.
3 years.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah. You know how to think about this better than I do. I'm just like, who do I like?
That's what I did. I like all of these people too. Like I mean, Jason Derulo kind of. But
you're thinking a bit more strategically than I did.
That's true.
Okay. You know what? He is just amazing. So, and honestly, he needs other people to balance him out because there are some rough Freddie songs if you really go through their discography. I think.
Yes, I agree. Not all of their songs were hits. But yeah, I think Freddie in general, he's one of the greatest singers, probably top 5 of all time. I don't know if he's the best, easy. But he's top 5 for sure. So. I don't know. I think he'd be good.
Do they all have to be singers?
Well, yes, because they have to. Because
they're a boy band.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The whole point of it is that they would be, if like they were standing all in a line, all with microphones in the front of the stage, like that's their boy band.
Right.
All right. So who's your last pick here to finish it up? You got Paul, Stevie, Bruno, and Ed. Like that's a powerhouse.
It's a powerhouse, but I think it's going to be tough to keep them together for more than an album.
Oh, maybe, if that. Maybe an EP.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Fine. Okay. Fine. I'm going to break down here.
You're going to break down. Okay.
And I'm going to say Tom Petty.
What?
Yes.
Please, you have to explain because I'm shocked and honestly appalled.
Now, here's why I say this.
Okay.
Do you know the Traveling Wilburys?
Yes.
Tom Petty was in this group, and he was not. And these are some alphas, right? You got Bob Dylan, George Harrison, not really an alpha. Tom Petty. Roy Orbison and the guy from ELO.
Yeah.
A lot of alphas
A
here.
lot of and just
The-
alone with Bob Dylan, just
Yeah.
insane.
There's a documentary about it, and by far the chillest guy in the group after George Harrison is Tom Petty. And he's
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm just here to hang out, play some songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Tom Petty actually jumped on tour. I forget which band. It was just some band.
Mm-hmm.
He just hopped on tour as their guitar player.
I mean, that's awesome.
And he just filled in the role.
So he'd be a good role player for the team.
I think he'd be a good role player. I think he would fall in line. And he's a good musician. And he's a really great songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he would also have a unique voice to add to the group.
Yes, I agree.
You know?
It would be the unique, but granted, I think they all have pretty unique voices.
But none of them is rough as his, if that
True.
makes sense.
True. His is
Everybody's
really raw. Yeah.
Everybody I have is like super pristine voices, like very pop.
Yes.
His has a little bit of grit on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
That might add some variation.
I agree. I think that's a great boy band. Paul, Stevie, Bruno, Ed, and Tom.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I think I didn't think as much about the mix and the stage presence.
That's okay. Bruno will carry that stage dance-wise, you know?
Oh,
Do you think Bruno would be your point of the five? Like,
I think he'd have to be.
Diamond?
I think he'd have to be. I think it'd be like Bruno.
Do you think it's just because he's the shortest? Is he the shortest?
Probably.
But also, Stevie would have to stay in one spot.
Now, you say that, but I wouldn't underestimate this.
True.
Man.
As we know,
Stevie can kind of see.
Yeah. So,
and I think it'd be really funny if you had like some of the other members like guiding him around in the dances.
Yes.
Like he gets the hands on the hips, or like they crawl through his legs. You know, like if you're doing some weird stuff. So yeah, I'm thinking it's like Bruno, and then you got Paul, and who else did I have? Yeah, then you got Paul and Stevie probably, and then you got Ed Sheeran.
Really, you're putting Ed in the back?
I'm putting Ed. Yeah, well, he's ugly, dude. He's not a pretty man.
Yeah, you just need him there for his voice. You don't need him there for his face.
No, he's not. He's not a face guy. What in the show? Him and Stevie probably in the back. You know.
Yeah.
But
probably.
As far as like the whole group dynamic goes, Stevie gets up a ladder just because he's so fucking talented.
That's smart.
And I'm guessing JT is the tip of your point, right?
Yeah. Well, I gotta give my last pick. I haven't given my last pick yet.
Oh, yeah.
So So you've already picked yours, so I kind of have free reign to choose from my last few here. And I don't know if I should go more obscure or if I should go with kind of a one that everyone would be like, oh yeah, like that makes sense.
I think you've earned some obscure.
I've earned some obscurity. All right, I'm gonna go for it. David Archuleta.
Huh. You know, Aaron, I think that's a great pick.
I think it's
a really good pick.
He was not even in my top 5, but the more that I thought about yours, I thought to myself, you know what? I feel like he would be a really good addition to the powerhouses that are already there.
Yeah.
Because he has one main hit.
Yeah.
And this would, because not only would it be, I'm thinking about marketing wise, right? So not only would this boy band be huge, because it'd be JT, Billy Joel, Jason Derulo, Freddie Mercury, amazing headliners, top tier. But the real story would be the return of David Archuleta.
Yeah, actually, that's huge.
And he can be fifth man. He doesn't have to be first. And he can, every once in a while get in there, sing a little verse or whatever. Never gets a chorus.
Whoa, it's
ever.
David.
Oh no, I wouldn't allow him to get a chorus. I'm there in the studio. You're not getting a chorus. But I think again, he would kind of be like complacent because he is a good singer, but he's not the best, and he could sing a little lower too. So
yeah,
I think it's a pretty good pick.
I think that's great.
Who were your other ones that you had ready to go?
I had Michael Jackson ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously a little controversy there.
Mm-hmm.
But he is definitely alpha, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So I kind of avoided him. I also had Sam Smith on there.
Oh, good choice. That'd be a good one.
He might have been a better pick than Ed Sheeran.
I don't know about that. Because
do you think he's also kind of
his voice is so powerful that I don't think it would work well.
There wouldn't be a spot for it. No.
Yeah, because it would stick out for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then Harry Styles,
of course.
But I didn't want to do another boy band pick.
Well, that would have been a great pick because he's just the best.
I fucking love Harry Styles.
He's amazing. The other ones that I had were Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, okay.
His voice is crazy good. I had Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Love me some Phil. And then I had two more ready to go. I had Joe Jonas because he's my favorite Jonas. And
same
Steve Perry from Journey.
Not a looker, Steve Perry.
No, but back in the
he
day,
could fucking sing.
Belt.
He could fucking sing.
But I think I picked the right people. The only person I might have swapped out. The reason why I asked the question about the last one is because I was going to put Brendan Urie in, and not,
okay,
not David Archuleta.
I think David's a better pick.
I think so too, because then I would kind of have 5 really loud voices. I mean,
yeah,
JT and Billy Joel, they don't have loud voices, but Jason Derulo and Freddie Mercury have loud voices.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, you know what?
Good.
That I'm gonna keep that in mind because I want to do this again. We'll pick a theme. I think.
Yeah,
that's my idea. Like, we want a boy band, but for this purpose, or maybe a girl band.
Yeah, we should definitely do a girl band too. Like we could do a punk boy band or like a rap boy band or something like that.
Right. So I think that'd be really cool. Now I have, and we might have to cut this. So this is going to depend on how you're feeling.
Okay.
I have an alternative list, but I'll just run down it.
Okay.
Now this is my Wizard of Oz crew.
Okay. What does that mean?
So I base this. There's a joke I really like. That's like, man, that had to be pretty dangerous for Dorothy roaming around the woods with 4 men she doesn't know. Yeah. That had to be. She must have been sleeping with her hands tucked between her legs. You know.
Yeah. Whose joke is that?
I forget where I heard that, but it was some skit, I think.
Gotcha.
Which is really good. If anybody knows what it is, put it in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
So this is my Wizard of Oz crew.
Okay.
Coming right out of the gate, we got R. Kelly.
Oh no.
Lovely man he is.
Can I guess number 2?
Yeah.
Or I'm Drake Bell.
Yeah. Yeah. Like literally number 2 on my list. Drake Bell is number 2.
Oh,
yep.
No. Okay, who's next?
Chris Brown.
Oh no. I saw Chris when I was looking through. I was like, "Oh, Chris! Oh, can't do Chris Brown.
I can't do Chris Brown." And then MJ again.
Bring
back MJ. And then for all my indie kids out there, Ryan Adams.
I don't
if you know who he is. So he is the villain of the indie community. He like put Phoebe Bridgers through a lot of shit. She like kind of fucked her up. He got one of the Strokes guys on heroin. Pretty bad.
So
he's not a good dude.
Yeah.
Really bad kind of guy. Just to, round it out with some general shenanigans. And then
I feel like tickets would sell in some areas for that show, sadly.
It would sell really good.
Some people would love to go to that. I mean, well, here's the only person, one of them's dead. Is the last guy dead?
No.
Is he in jail?
No.
The only person in jail is R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Chris Brown is still making music and touring.
Yeah, and a lot of support. way too much
Ooh,
support.
So much support from like everyone who's famous. Like all athletes love Chris Brown. Granted,
And they
most
shouldn't.
athletes I feel like are also doing some of the things that Chris Brown did. So
Yeah.
I just like how is he still around? I don't understand. And I think it's because he did it at not the right time, but the right time. Like he did it way back. So like,
but I don't know. I don't know.
Now,
I think
no.
I think being a musician, you just get away. If you want to do bad shit, be a musician.
If you're already
because
big enough,
like
if you're already big enough.
Well, here's the thing: is obviously Drake Bell didn't get away with it, but like I don't know, movie stars and like all these and other industries, like you get canceled and like that's it. And like you don't get put in productions. Like look what happened to like Kevin Spacey. Musicians, people go, oh man, that sucks, but this song is so good.
Yeah, that's literally
because
what
they can just keep making music. There's nobody to stop them from making music.
This is a great song. Well, I think that both our actual boy bands are pretty good. So
yeah,
I think that they would do really well. They would top the charts for sure. And what a great concert they could do the hits from all of them. That'd be an awesome concert.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Think about that.
I would pay out the ass for that.
Yeah, I would pay all my money. All my money. Hey, take it. Take all my money.
Here is 50 cents. That is all my money.
That's all I have.
It's all I have.
I mean, I
made
20
more.
cents earlier. That's all you made.
I did.
So that's all you have.
I did make. Yeah. Yep.
But we're gonna post this. So let us know in the comments what you think about these boy bands. If you would have picked someone different, if there's someone we didn't think of, throw it in the comments. Let us know what you think. Whose boy band is better? But that's all we got for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out our merch. I have a new song coming out next week. Make sure you check that out. And
yeah, what's that called?
It's called Greedy, and it'll be on all streaming platforms. Check it out.
I've heard it. It's really good. Pre-save it. Pre-save for this man.
Pre-save.
You don't understand how much it helps to pre-save your favorite artist's material.
Yeah.
Like that helped us get 1970 off the ground. So
yeah,
if you have time and you have Spotify, even if you don't have Spotify, go pre-save Aaron's song, please.
Please do. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys next week.